You know how fast you were going?
What? How fast you were going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast. If you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot. Leave now. Run to your safe space. Get your little cloth for your tears. All the opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the host and his guest and do not reflect the opinions of any local or government agency. Welcome, MOTORCOP Chronicles Podcast. Your host, the Iceman. Welcome, Jim. Yes, this is an extra. I just decided to do this. It's only going to be about one topic. It could be long, it could be short, depends on how long it takes. Good thing we're on time restraint or restrictions. If you want any merchandise, you can check out the website, MotorCopChronicles.com, or you can go to Etsy store. If you want to check out the Patreon, a whole bunch of extra stuff on there, you can go do that also. I'll shout the Patreons out at the end. If you want a great cigar, you can go to mypatriotcigar.com. Use promo code MotorCop15. Get you a good cigar. We're just going to jump into it. The story itself, I don't know if you've heard about it. This is about a shooting they had in Florida. They had a U.S. senior airman. He was shot and killed by a Florida deputy in Okaloosa, I believe is how it's pronounced, in Florida. Of course, you know, Ben Chump is right in the middle of it now, okay? So, safe to say, if Ben Crump's involved in it, you know, a black man was shot. Anyway, he got shot and killed. It was his name was Roger Fortson, Senior Airman Roger Fortson. He was 23 years old. He was at his own apartment, off base. Believe a disturbance or something. He got called in. That was in progress, and he ended up getting shot. Okay. Of course, Ben Chump, as I like to call him, is all up in the fucking news. Okay. Spreading lies, because this is what he does. Okay, he's an ambulance chaser. Basically, he's a lawsuit chaser. Okay, he don't know these people. He's chasing money. This man, I believe that this man can care less about anybody he's representing, and I don't even think he don't have a law license in all these states. That's why he's got this other attorney that he's basically, you know, he's like, hey, they came to me, but I'm not licensed. But you know, if you represent them, we'll get some money. You can get some money out of it. Yada yada. We can figure out how it goes, right? So anyway, he's on the news as usual before any evidence is out. Any real evidence is out. Hollering and screaming at the cops. We're at the wrong apartment. They just kicked the door in. They went in. They shot him. They just shot him up. Just killed him for no reason. And his girlfriend was on the phone with him. They wasn't even at the right apartment. They never announced themselves. We're going to hear it. So let's just jump into some stories here. I'm going to stop the videos on and off. I got 3 of them. We ain't going to watch all of them through. I made some notations. I watched one all the way through. It was agonizing for me. Did it for y'all. Didn't have to do it. I just sat through 50 minutes of listening to Ben Chump talk. And for being a college-educated attorney, I know I'm not articulate. I'm an old redneck country boy. This man's supposed to be a high-profile attorney, and his vote, the way he cannot speak. He just sounds ignorant. So let's get into this over here.
In Pensacola, Brent Carney, WEAR News.
Last Friday's officer-involved shooting in Okaloosa County left a 23-year-old senior airman dead. Roger Fortson.
I hope you don't get sick of that. You're going to hear it a whole lot. He's the senior airman. I don't know nothing about the Air Force. I don't know if that's a high rank or what. I know he didn't have to fly airplanes. He wasn't a pilot. So I don't know what senior airman is. If y'all want to look it up and go ahead, I'm not going to waste my time.
Stationed at Hurlburt Field. He was shot and killed in his apartment in Fort Walton Beach. And today, we received the dispatch calls that day, which shine more light on what happened. But questions remain about what led deputies to Fortson's apartment in the first place. Now Fortson's family has hired a prominent civil rights attorney, claiming deputies may have gone to the wrong apartment. Tanner Stewart joining us in the studio now. And Tanner, you also spoke with Okaloosa.
And that's what Ben Chump is good for and known for. He likes to get there. The families call him, "Oh, Lordy Jesus, that ain't killed my boy." And he goes out there and he starts spitting lies out, these narratives that aren't even true. Just like the hands up, don't shoot shit was never true, but people still say it. He started that shit because some dingbat witness probably said it, just like here. I had a discussion online today on the news. Someone was like, "Well, they did this, they did that, they have a witness." I said, "Yeah, because witnesses are always so reliable." Okay, eyewitnesses are the worst most of the time.
County's NAACP spokesperson today who has some thoughts on this as well.
That's right, Bob. Okaloosa NAACP says they're hopeful the body cam video will be released to the public. Their president telling me there are many questions left to be answered.
Within 6 minutes of dispatch receiving a call, Okaloosa County deputies reported shooting 23.
They like to throw that too. Within 6 minutes of getting this call, they done shot and killed this poor innocent man.
Year-old Roger Fortson. Fortson, a senior airman in the U.S. Air Force, was assigned to the 4th Special Operations Squadron. He entered active duty in November of 2019. The sheriff's office says a deputy acted in self-defense that Friday afternoon after hearing sounds of a disturbance inside Fortson's apartment. The sheriff's office reports Fortson was allegedly armed with a gun after the deputy identified himself as law enforcement. Listen as dispatch calls reveal how many times deputies believe Fortson was shot.
Multiple gunshot wounds to the chest. Blackmail.
Blackmail, multiple gunshot wounds to the chest.
Gunshot wounds in the chest, one exit wound.
This afternoon, nationally renowned civil rights attorney Ben Crump was retained by...
They act like he just made nationally renowned. No, it's just everybody knows him because he's an ambulance chaser. He likes to be in front of the camera because all he's doing is chasing money. The only thing this man right up here, over there, cares about is Benjamin's, the green. That's all he cares about.
Fortson family. Crump writes witnesses say Roger Fortson was alone in his apartment when he heard a knock on the door and asked, "Who is it?" but didn't get a response.
All right, listen. All right, we're going to hear more of it. But, he's heard him knock, but he asked who it was, and they never answered.
A few minutes later, Crump says there was an aggressive knock on the door, but Roger didn't see anyone on the other side. Crump writes Fortson grabbed his firearm and was shot as he was walking back to the living room as police burst through the door. Crump.
I heard that right. The police burst through the door like they kicked it in. First of all, these apartment doors, if you go to an apartment building complex, especially a newer one like this one, and you think you're just going to kick one of these motherfucking doors in that easily, it's not that easy. This ain't the movies, okay? I'm a big dude. You're not just going to, especially if the deadbolt's locked on it, you can probably get through it eventually, but you're just not going to reach up and fucking give it one good swift kick and go in this door. Like I said, this ain't the movies, okay? And those apartment doors are stout.
As witnesses say police were in the wrong apartment. Crump isn't the only one requesting the release of that video.
I'm just concerned as to what happened and why it happened and how it happened. We've been told that the investigation has been turned over to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and so we're going to remain engaged to the outcome of that investigation. And this one tells me that there may be a little bit more to it than meets the eye right now.
One organization following the case closely is the Okaloosa NAACP. Their president, Sabu Williams, tells me they're hopeful body cam video will be released for the public to get insight on what exactly happened.
It's getting released.
We certainly share our grievances with not only with his family, but even with his coworkers and friends that he knew here in the community. We have been very much involved, and we've spoken with base commanders and other officials here in our community to include our sheriff's office.
Williams says the Okaloosa NAACP feels strongly that this isn't an open and shut case. The sheriff's office released a statement.
All these attorneys, all these NAACP, all that other bullshit, they always, first thing they do, jump to conclusions and assume that the cops just fucked everything up. Straight up. They have no proof of this, but it's just straight off the bat, it's always the cops' fault. Before they can find anything else. Ben Chump likes to do this because he tries to get this narrative going, because the only thing he's thinking about is suing and getting money. So he's trying to get his narrative out there before the true narrative comes out.
Announcing the deputy involved was immediately placed on administrative leave, and the Florida Department of Law Enforcement has taken over the case.
Standard procedure.
The state attorney's office will also conduct their own review. We reached out today to the sheriff's office as well as Hurlburt Field. They directed us to their previous statements.
And you can read that latest statement.
Okay. That's the first one. The second one, like I said, not watching the whole thing. I sat through it. I watched 50 fucking minutes and listened to this man talk. And it's like nails on a chalkboard to me. This man, like I said, I know I'm not articulate. I know I sound like a fucking redneck. That's just what I am. But I don't, try to put myself out as being, I'm sure now I know Ben Shapiro or Matt Walsh and all them people that has these big vocabularies and shit like that. No, I don't. But I don't try to act like it either. So this next part is the family thing, the meet the press. Okay, mom is there. They mention the dad. Of course, I don't see any other man besides the two attorney, Ben Chump, some white attorney, and a bunch of women. So they got the family there. We're gonna talk about it. Let me just say this ahead of time. I'm sorry that this young man lost his life. He was serving his country. Appreciate it for that and everything else. I watched the video. His own actions ended up getting him shot. We're going to watch it too. But like I said, I feel sorry for his parents. No parents have to lose their son. But stop jumping out there and doing judgment before everything comes out. When I got home this afternoon, I saw the body cam. I said, let me do a podcast however long it takes to do just on this subject. What's up, Billy? So I decided to jump on and do it. But I wasn't going to do it before I could see the body cam and see what the hell happened. And we're going to watch that. First, we're going to watch the family stuff. This was done before. Now, all these people spouting all this shit is done before the body camera, or even before they even saw it. They're going over a witness statement that was supposedly on FaceTime.
This is with a very heavy heart that we gather.
No, he tried. Of course, he's going to play up the victim thing.
In Fort Walton, Florida today. I am attorney Ben Crump, along with attorney Natalie Jackson from the Ben Crump.
This is another attorney right here.
And with
this is his assistant, I can tell you right there. What's up, Tim? This woman is his assistant. You're going to see a white dude in a second. They contacted this. What deal was they contacted this other attorney's office, because I guarantee you he don't have a law license in Florida. So he's going to work along with the other attorney who is licensed, who's got a bar association card in there, and the other attorney is going to get money, or if they get money, because they're going to sue. This is all this is about. This is all that man's up here for. That's all he's there for. So, but he's with
co-counsel who we are honored to work with on this very important case. Attorney Brian Bart, who is with Levin Papantonia Law Firm, who's a law firm that is headquartered in this region.
Him right here. That's the attorney. This is the attorney that actually is licensed here. He's just here to get money. So we're going to skip through a whole bunch of jibber jabbering, okay? Told you he's a liar. I put it in the thing. Lies upon lies. Okay? Is that 7 minutes? So if y'all want to watch it, you can go and watch it. And I didn't even talk to her. But we're going to jump up to around the 7 minute mark and listen, because this is where the first lie starts. Here we go.
His girlfriend was on FaceTime with him So she heard everything. And she talked about how she heard a bang at the door, an aggressive bang. And
3, 2, 1, triggered upset mama. Okay, feel sorry for the lady, but I'm gonna tell you why I feel this way in a second.
she talked about how he said, "Who is it?" and he heard no response. She talked about how he went to the door to look through the peephole, but it was as if somebody was covering up the peephole so he couldn't see out of it. And he kept saying, "Who is it?" And how he went and retrieved his legally.
Now he's saying the cop knocked on the door. He comes up, says, "Who is it?" Nobody says nothing, hiding the peephole. Then they had another bang or something on the door, and again, "Who is it?" Nobody answers. So he goes and gets his illegal firearm. Okay. Lies. We're gonna see it because now they're making us. They're saying that his girlfriend, who was on FaceTime, was the one that said all this. So you know it's all fucking true, right? If she even said this.
Registered gun as a gun owner to protect his house, and how he was walking back and the door was open.
Okay. Now he's saying he went to go get his gun. He was coming back, walking back to the door, and the door just opened. It just busted open, right?
And then how she said that she just heard shots.
And then they just shot him up. That's what police do. We just bust in people's houses and start blasting, right?
And then how he was on the ground.
And they said,
"You ready? Y'all ready for it? We're coming up on the 8-minute mark. This is where the second part comes in. Listen for it. Them 3 famous words.
Instead of calling MS, they just said, "Oh yeah, he shot up. He shot up."
Cops just said, yeah. They didn't call MS, which I'm pretty sure she's talking about EMS. They just called him and says, yeah, he shot up. He shot up. Okay. All right. The witness said that, right?
He was shot up.
Now this woman's you see any, my thing is, you see any tears? She's like getting all emotional. She was crying a while ago. Where are the tears? If you're gonna fake cry somebody, please at least get some fucking tears going. No tears.
He was shot 6 times.
Coming up on 9 minutes.
You can see how devastated the family is.
3 words.
Utterly devastated.
Devastated.
And so,
coming up on 3 words.
After that, he was laying on the ground saying, "I can't breathe."
There we go.
And
told you. 3 words coming out. I can't breathe. I guess not. You got 6 fucking bullets in your chest. Be kind of hard to breathe.
They seem to go through the apartment saying, "County Sheriff."
Because you don't know who else is in the apartment. Somebody else may be in there. Somebody else may be armed. You have to clear the apartment for safety purposes before you go back and render aid to the guy you just shot, okay? It's called safety purposes. So, yes, they went through the apartment to make sure and nobody else was in there. Standard procedure.
Reveal yourself, identify yourself, while he laid on the ground, still struggling to breathe. Obviously, we know what happened.
Obviously, we know what happened. Obviously, he don't know what the fuck happened. We're going to see that in a little bit. All right. I'm not trying to make this last forever. We're going to skip up to the 13-minute mark. Right here's close. I'm not sure if he was white or Hispanic. I don't know.
He had been playing video games with his fellow law enforcement friends. I'm sorry, Air Force men. He had been playing video games up until 4 o'clock. Had only been home for 30 minutes. His girlfriend reported that when she called him a little bit.
I say, Roy P. texted me and says, Florida don't have gun registration. That's just more lies he's spouting out.
Around 3 that he was playing games, he would be home at 4 and he would call her when he got home. And that's exactly what he did. He was just in his apartment minding his business. And then around 4:30, this cascade of tragic events
Cascade of tragic events. They were gone 14 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, we almost had it. Let's just right around here. We got some more.
Right apartment before they busted in the door.
There we go. They busted in the door. He done said that 2 or 3 times already now. They just busted in the door, right?
I mean, and Attorney Barr would tell you, it all happened really fast from the 911 call to this here. And the fact that they were knocking on other doors. So
no, saying they were knocking on other apartment doors because they didn't know which one it is. More lies.
They had to know that it was questionable whether this was the apartment or not. And then the fact that when they bust in the door and they see
busted
him
in the door
with his legally
busted in the door with. This bothers the fuck out of me. Sorry. No lie. You keep hearing him say he keeps saying it over and over again because he wants this to get in people's head. So that's what you understand. He sounds like a fool. He might be a fool, but he's also not stupid either. He keeps saying the same shit over and over again. You know why he comes out and does this before all the information comes out? The first person that gets their story out to the public, to the media, is the one that the people believe. The first lie they hear is the one they're going to believe. That's why he does this. Hands up, don't shoot. Never fucking happened. The dude was trying to take the guy's gun, but people still say it because that's the first thing they fucking heard. That's what he's doing. He's trying to set the narrative. Oh, yeah, Jim, he is a very dramatic. Like he cares anything about these people right here. He don't give a shit. I know Austin Powers called him once their fucking tie back, Ben.
registered gun.
It's not registered.
They just shoot.
They just shot. They just shoot him.
Shots into his body.
Yeah. Well, where were they going to shoot the bullets at? Where'd you want them to plant them?
It wasn't a gun exchange. He never fired a weapon or anything.
So now we have to wait for people to shoot at the cops before we're allowed to shoot back? No.
He respected authority. Had he known they were the police.
He knew they were the police. We're going to see that too. All right, let's skip ahead to 18 minutes, okay? This is where the pandering starts at, okay? Like I said, this was 50. I listened to this shit 50 minutes. I almost had a nervous breakdown over here. If I had hair, I'd have pulled it out.
The sheriff's department need to own up to this. They need to give him the dignity and the respect.
And the money.
He's so richly deserved.
Richly. That's what Mama wants. They want that money.
I mean, he had this dream of serving his country in the Air Force since he was a little boy. He was living his dream. I mean, there's photographs that we're going to share with you. He was so proud.
To be
in the Air Force.
Not saying he wasn't. But he is. He's pumping it up, okay? You can hear him. He's pandering. You know, he's a good boy. He must have said that this is a good guy at least 20 times through this thing. I don't even want to tell Duke he's being a good boy at this point because I'm tired of fucking hearing it. So we're going to jump to 21 minutes. And this is when the other attorney speaks. And the reason I put this on here, I'm like, oh, you want to see, you think Ben Chump's playing it up, trying to play the sympathy? Now, I guarantee you, I'm willing to bet money that this man just talked to these people today, okay? This is the first time he probably ever talked to his family or just the other day. He don't know this family. He don't know this boy that was killed or nothing like that. And watch this shit.
I just got to meet them this morning.
I'm sorry. He just met them this morning.
What an incredible family. And I've been listening to stories about Roger, this kid who was this quiet kid growing up. Through his time in the Air Force, gaining confidence.
This motherfucker's tearing up. Tearing up. Mr. Attorney Man over here. I'm sorry, it's backwards. I usually invert myself, but he's tearing up. That's a good family. They're going to make me so many millions of dollars. I mean, it's just heartbreaking. Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah. Learning who he was. So much ahead of him. And all he was doing was sitting in his house.
So he was just sitting there and they just busted in and shot him.
Sitting in his house.
Not a lie.
Everyone.
Not a lie. Kind of like Joe Biden saying, it's not a joke. If he says that, you know it's a fucking lie.
Us. Sit in our houses every day.
Sitting there, just the cops come in and just shoot us all up.
Of us.
They're so dangerous.
If somebody we don't know comes into our house, are going to defend ourselves.
I guarantee this motherfucker ain't going to defend himself. This dude probably ain't know how to shoot a gun. And you notice how his broken up sad man voice just disappeared all of a sudden really quick, didn't it? We're coming up on the neck. We'll just let it run for a second.
Every single one of us. And he lost his life because they knocked on the wrong door. And they came into the wrong door.
Another lie. Let's keep pushing this narrative. They came in the wrong door. Okay? That's a lie. So we're going to 28 minutes. Nope, don't get suspended again, Roy P. Let's go up to 28-minute mark. Like I said, I endured it all. Y'all don't have to. Here we go.
Roger was my third son. Where we come from, you don't end up where Roger ended up.
What do you mean where you come from? Everybody in this country, I get so sick and tired of hearing this shit too. Everybody in this country has the same opportunities everybody else has. You may not come from money. Most of us don't. Okay? My family didn't come from money. My dad used to run crab traps when he was 8 years old in a P-row to help support the family. 8 years old, okay? They worked on the bayou. Catch snakes for extra money, used to sell them to LSU, okay? Trust me, didn't come from money. So I don't want to hear about it. My dad didn't have a college education. He worked in plants. He worked himself up. He made something of himself. Busted his ass, okay? I sure the hell didn't have no silver spoon in my mouth. My handed me shit. My parents might have helped me a little bit. Not all the time. So this shit, because, we lived in the hood, whatever. Obviously, he working his way out of it. He is in the military. So I want to hear that shit. Everybody has the same opportunity.
Roger wanted to show a 16-year-old brother that it was more to life than gangster rap, killing people, stealing, and making a fool of himself.
And it is more. And he was right. commend the young man for that. It's true. It's a lot more to life than that. But you know what? Just because, you know what? Ain't you the 16-year-old? You his mama? You his fucking mama? Shouldn't you be teaching him that? Where's his daddy?
Roger wanted to show his mama that raised 5 kids that didn't know what credit was.
I raised 5 kids, didn't know what credit was. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Whose fault you have 5 kids? Did they get miracled in you? Or did you have your legs spread while somebody was throwing some dick in you? Thing is the second part, okay? I want to hear about it. I had 5 kids. I didn't know what credit was. Whose fault is that? That's your fault. Make bad decisions. You don't have to have a whole bunch of money to have decent credit. Stop playing the victim.
How to have something.
Wow.
Roger wanted to put his mama in a house.
Shouldn't your mama have a house? Shouldn't you be responsible enough to have a house? Look at a woman in the background. Old Ben Chump secretary back here, all teared up and stuff. Those are tears of thinking of that million.
Roger wanted to show us how to love unconditionally.
Wow.
Roger and his brothers waited on a sister for many, many years.
Waited on a sister for many, many years.
That's why it's such a big gap. When they found out I was having a sister.
Shouldn't you be having a daughter? You said you were having a sister. Wasn't you having a daughter?
Roger was still in high school. Roger got in the ambulance and went with me. Tried to tell the doctor how to deliver a baby. I don't know what he was doing, but I just needed him to get that baby out of me.
Get it out of me.
And till they took him, his sister's birthday was May the 1st.
All right, we're going to jump. She just panders and everything. He's such a good boy.
We haven't heard anything at this day.
We're going 45 minutes. Because we still got some more video and body cam to watch. We're almost done with this one. Y'all can kind of get the gist of it.
Afterwards, and what she said, Mama.
She called me and said, Mama.
Now, right here, they're saying this is what a girlfriend called this lady right here. Oh, yeah, he can't wait to get that cash, Roy. He'll disappear. Well, they saying the girlfriend called, and this is what she said. Pretty sure it's all lies, too. Or she did say it, she's still lying.
She said the sheriff just kicked in Roger door, and I heard them say,
kicked in his door. You're hearing it, right? Get that narrative out there.
Something about 3 shots. That's what she said. That's what she said. And I told her, whatever you do, don't hang up that phone. Just don't. I told her, I said, don't hang up that phone.
Don't hang it up.
And I just started calling everybody, and I was so discombobulated. Everybody said,
discombobulated. We're going 48 minutes real quick.
The door. So he then gets his weapon, and then the rest happens from there. We're going to get the body cam.
All right. We kind of get it, right? Lies on top of lies. Oh, that's what the girlfriend said. We got us a witness. This is what happened. This is what happened. We got to get this narrative out there. We want the people to hear this narrative, even though we don't even know if it's true or not, but we spitting it out there like it's true. I think this should be, as much as this fool does this shit, he should be disbarred or not allowed to do this shit. But anyway, that's what he does. He's getting that narrative out there because he wants this shit in these people's head. So now we're going to just jump right over into, this is the sheriff's interview that was done today, a couple hours before I got home. And now we're going to see what happened. It's the body camera.
With the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office. A few moments ago,
it is harder to hear. I don't know why it's so low. The audio on it is horrible. So bear with us.
Mrs. Fortson and the Fortson family, extended my deepest condolences to them. And this result is one we never hope to encounter.
Yeah, of course. I mean, blah, 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 blah. We're sorry. We didn't want to shoot him, but it happened. Let's get on to the body camera video. Here we go. Now, I'm going to read, especially for the people that are only listening on audio and not video, I'm going to read some of it because it's even hard. It's hard to hear, and they're definitely not going to be able to hear it, so I'm going to read it. So bear with us until the better sounds start. They always pay out, Roy. Roy says a weak sheriff. Anyway, deputy arrives on the scene. Going to the front office right here. This is the front office, you can see. Got it blurred out for the name. Taking us the manager. What's going on? He's like, I'm not sure. So that person didn't know shit. Okay. So the cop's leaving out. He's walking. This is a big apartment complex. Looks like a very nice apartment complex, okay? This ain't no Section 8 shit or nothing like that. This is very nice. He walking up, he's talking to another subject. Says she was saying that it happens frequently. So somebody else heard it and told the apartment people. Came down and said, hey, these people are fighting over here, and it happens all the time. 2 weeks ago, I was walking by their apartment, basically on this side, and I was hearing someone yell, like, shut the fuck up. Like, you stupid bitch, and all the other stuff, like right after that, but I wasn't sure where it came from. So I didn't call. She said 1401. So how many doors? This apartments have an elevator in it, okay? Most of them just have stairs. Somebody said it sounds like it's getting really out of hand. Fourth floor. Getting in the elevator. Roy says he knows these apartments. It's his area. Exit in the elevator, going looking for the apartment door. The lady told him which apartment. Now, do we remember before that Ben Chump stuff? Oh, they were walking around knocking on several doors because they didn't know where it was coming from, right? Right? Lies. Walking straight to it. He ain't knocked on one other door. Now listen, now they said that he knocked on the door. The guy come to the door, said, who is it? No answer. Did it again. The guy come to the door. Who is it? No answer, right? No, never. He never knew who was at this door. Then he busted the door in and just shot the guy. Look, 14, that's the correct one. He's listening. You always want to do that. You listen and see if you hear any commotion coming from the inside the apartment. This is a steel door. This is not wood. This is a steel door inside of a steel frame. So you're not going to kick this in and bust this right here. This is a steel frame. But he just busted it open. Knocks. You're doing good. Not standing in front of the door. You don't want somebody to shoot through the door. Because the guy said, oh, somebody must have their hand over the peephole. No, he just moved out the way, which is correct. You don't want to stand in front of the door. Now, if we heard anybody say, who is it? He said police or something. No. Was that a very loud and audible letting him know who was outside? Say, because Ben Chump and him said he never identified himself. Never said a word, did he? It's not like he screamed, sheriff's office, open the door. Did he not? No. Or was that just more lies? Hold on. He kicks the door in, remember? He kicks the door in. Okay? I accidentally moved it. But he kicks the door in, remember? He just busted in and shot somebody. Just where he's supposed to be. Kicks the door in. Again, announces himself. Comes up. Moves to the side. Three times. He's knocked on the door 4 times. 3 times he knocks on the door. Identifies himself as law enforcement. Loudly. Now, the guy opens the door. He says, step back. He obviously sees something that, like the guy's got a gun or something in his hand. It's hard for us to see it. The gun was right there in his right hand. As he goes back, look, the gun is right here. The gun's right there in his hand. Right there. So. And they said that the guy said that, oh, we shot him up. Did he say that? No. He gets on the radio. Send me more units. Suspect down. Shots fired. So just lies upon you. Right, man. Ben Chump rapes his own community. That's all he does. It's all about the money for him. That's all he cares about. Do not move. Everybody say, why ain't he rendering him aid? Let me tell you what. He's got to get in EMS. He still has to make sure the scene's clear before he goes in. He don't know if anybody else is in there or nothing else.
It pains me to show the video, but I know that you all need to see it. We look forward to FDLE's findings and the final third-party review done by the State Attorney's Office. We know you have many questions.
All right. The only thing I can see that they're going to try to say something, and I'll explain it myself, how I look at it. When the guy opens the door right here, okay, and the cop shoots him, it's hard to say. It's hard for me to stop at this thing. Hey, I'm just telling you what they're going to holler, okay? What they're going to holler. They're going to say, oh, well, he never pointed the gun at the cop. If you give somebody enough time to point the gun at you, and they plan on squeezing the trigger, you're going to be shot, okay? We don't have to wait for somebody to shoot at us or point the gun at you to have your life threatened, okay? Because, well, they lied. They saying that the cop just beat on the door. I mean, he knocked on the door twice. He never identified himself. The guy asked twice, who is it, and nothing. The cop knocked on the door 4 times that I counted. 3 times, sheriff's office, loudly. Why would you answer the door with a gun in your hand if you hear the cops are there, okay? If I did have my gun, it's like, oh, it's the cops. I'm going to put this down, okay? Because I'll answer the door if I usually check. I don't know who this person is, or I see him outside. And, if I see it's a cop, I'm not going to answer the door with a gun in my fucking hand. He's kind of asking to get shot. Stick it. I mean, just lay it down before you answer the door. That's the only thing that to me that they may come back to say, well, he didn't aim it. Wait, you don't have to wait for somebody to point the gun at you to shoot them. So, but it's just lies upon lies from Ben freaking Chump over there. Because like I said, he does this. Hands up, don't shoot. Never fucking happened. But people still say it. And of course, we heard them, them 3 magic words. You had to throw that up in there. Oh, I can't breathe. We knew that was coming, right? Stacey says agree. People still realize all this is with this man is about money. He could care less about these people. Care less about any of them people. Because he sure does show up awful quick, don't he? It's like, I don't know. I guarantee he's probably got his people that, call him. Hey, you want us to come represent you? That's all I can say. I don't know. Picture just moving so slow for me lately. There it goes. So we're going to end it. Went a little longer than I thought it was going to be. I was trying to keep it around half an hour. We're at 45. We're going to shout out our Patreon members. If you'd like to be a Patreon member, you can go join up. They actually got, I think, 7 days. You can try it for free. And if you don't like it, you can cancel it. We got Kelly Meyer. We got Mr. William Gibo. We got Dan Carlson with Burley Boards. We got T-Bird. We got Hoppy Hoppison. We got Mr. Blake Walker. We got A.A. Ron. We got Mr. Z Palmer, Roy Spalding, JoJo from Down Under, Kelly Norris, and Natasha. Hey, appreciate y'all. Of course, like I said, you always help me keep the lights on. Roy P. says he has to practice the names for hours before he shows up. And I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. Like I said, it's all about the money. It just pisses me off. This man just, like I said, he preys on his own community. He preys on any community. It's nothing about money. I don't see why people don't figure this out by now. Of course, the parent, I guarantee you, all his siblings probably care. They might care a little bit about him, but all they see is dollar signs too. Even, I believe the cop with the clean sheet, they'll still get paid. They'll still get paid because it's cheaper. Unfortunately, it's cheaper for these departments to pay money than drag it out in court. Anyway. Don't forget to go follow me on TikTok, everybody. If you get a chance, I will be live Saturday evening around 5 and 6 and stuff. We're going to be at the roller derby. So I'm gonna do a lot of that live. I'm gonna have that live on TikTok. I do it on Facebook, or YouTube, but they playing music and shit there, and I'm gonna get copyrighted. So I can't do that there. So go follow me there if you want to see those lives. Other than that, everybody be safe. Remember, smile, because I could always be behind you. And we are not sheepdogs, we're lions. Till I decided to throw out an extra one. Peace.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day.